Jason Statham. Today, I'm gonna kill the Meg, known as the Megalodon. Why? Because when in negative attitude.
Chew on this, you ugly.
So, The Meg is directed by Don Turturro, who directed movies like the National Treasure movies, and stars Jason Statham, Ruby Rose, Lee Bingbing, Rainn Wilson, and people that I don't really know, including a huge CGI shark. Now, The Meg is about this research center that discovered this very secretive reef that I haven't seen before, until an experiment went wrong in the reef when they saw the Megalodon, a big prehistoric shark that existed in this world, and of course it's going out to kill people. So they hired Jason Statham, who plays a rescuer in the movie, to go out and kill that beast. Now, let's go back in time, in the 1970s, where we got Jaws, and that is the movie that brings shark movies to history. No one has seen movies like Jaws, a movie that's just a realistic monster movie with realistic characters. And that's what we want in the future with our shark movies. But of course, they didn't do that, because they had to make really cheesy, dumb shark movies like Deep Blue Sea and Sharknado and Prehistoric Shark and all that. The only decent shark movie that came out since Jaws is The Shallows. I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it was one of the better shark movies in movie history with Jaws. Like, I thought that movie was a really fun movie. And then it went down with 47 minutes down. So was I interested in The Meg? Well, yes, at first. I reacted to the first teaser trailer and I thought it was insane. But then when I watched the trailers again, I thought, this movie could be terrible. It could be a stupid cheese fest that we've seen many times with other shark movies. Then the other trailers don't really impress me, and I wasn't that excited for this movie. But I just want to go to movies and have a fun time. So I went out and see The Meg. And I went out of it glad I did, because I really enjoyed The Meg. The Meg is one of those movies that felt like a 90s fun, guilty pleasure, you know what I mean? Like, you just turn your brain off and see just a fun movie about a giant shark killing people. That's how I felt during this movie. I see it more as just a movie that can just turn your brain off and you can just have fun with it. And that's how I felt during The Meg. Now let's talk about the positive with The Meg. First, Jason Statham. Jason Statham's probably the only character in this movie that I did root for, and that's great, because he's the main freaking character of this movie. And Jason Statham is awesome in this movie. I love this actor. He's one of the greatest action stars till this day, and he's badass. And he has one of the most badass British voices of all time, and I always try to impersonate him.
Hey, get out of here.
Like, I can't even do it. It's terrible, right? Like, you can dislike the comments and say it's terrible, because I'm offending myself. It is terrible. But he was good in this movie. I actually think he has a bit more charm in this movie than the other movies. Like, the other movies, you think that he's scary, you know? He's one of these guys, like, you don't want to mess with him. But he does have a bit of heart in this movie. And I really liked him in this movie. I thought he was great, and I do support him during the whole movie. And I love his cheesy lines. Like, you know what? Those lines I did accept it. Even though it's 2018, it would have been out in the 1990s, it would be iconic movie lines. But they're cheesy, but I accept it. It's really awesome. Also, Lee Bingbing in the film wasn't actually bad in the film. I thought she was going to be a typical love interest with Jason Statham, and yeah, let's talk about that in the flaws, but she actually does something in the film that I did not expect, and she wasn't actually bad in the film. And also, the thing that really surprised me the most is this little girl in the film. I loved her chemistry with Jason Statham. I thought it was adorable. And this little girl wasn't annoying. There's actually a bit in the movie that the chick is actually smart. And I was impressed by her acting. She was actually not bad in the film. But let's not talk about The Meg without talking about the shark. It looks great. There are some noticeable CGI in the film that I'm going to talk more detail on the flaws of the movie. But for the most part, the shark looks really good. There are some scenes in the movie that I'm like, I love how they introduce the shark. And it looks terrifying. And it does, in a way, show that that shark is terrifying. Like, there are some jump scares that just falsely, their own flaws. Let's not talk about flaws now. We're into the positives. The shark does look really good. And it's really fun to see on a big screen. I think the CGI, for the most part, was really good. And also, the action scenes in the movie were just a lot of fun. It's typical guilty pleasure 90s shark movie cheesiness that we've seen, and I just like that. I love cheesiness in some movies, because this movie knows what it is. It's not trying to be that serious. It's trying to be a fun summer blockbuster, and I think that's what this movie's trying to do. And for the most part, it did work. But The Meg does have a lot of flaws, and I'm going to get into the flaws real quick. Let's talk about the other characters too. Now, for the most part, some of the characters were not bad acted, but they're just very forgettable. Like, I can't even remember most of the characters in the movie. Like, Ruby Rose is just, it's awkward that she's in this movie. Like, honestly, she didn't do jack shit in the film, and I thought she'd go be badass in this film because she looked badass, and she looked like she could do some badass shit, but she doesn't do shit. Also, Rainn Wilson in the film, holy shit, he's annoying. I just wanted him to die through the whole entire film. I'm like, man, he's just trying to be the comedic character of this film, and most of the jokes that he did, I didn't laugh once. I thought he just failed out of his own hands. And let's talk about the shark. Now, most part, the shark does look good, but there are some pretty noticeable CGI with that shark. There are some pretty cheesy CGI as well, especially the ending of the film. Now, I'm not going to spoil, but you know what I'm going to be talking about. I'm just like, holy shit, that looked really cheesy and really freaking terrible. And the first, like, 20 minutes of the film, it was hard to get into it. It was a little bit slow to get to, like, the shark moments of the film. Like, we just get introduced to characters, and I know what they're trying to do. Because for most shark movies, they think people like the shark movies because of the shark. No. People like shark movies because they root for people to kill the sharks. And, like, for example, Jaws, we get Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, and Robert Shaw. Like, they're the three characters that I rooted for the whole movie. And I like these characters that I completely forgot about the shark. This movie was trying to do that, and it did fail a little bit. Like, I think it would have been better if they put most sharks in the film, and the characters wouldn't be, like, forgettable, you know what I mean? And I know they're introducing the characters, but it just failed to me in the own hands. The only characters I did root for was Lie Beeman and Jason Statham. I thought those were the characters that I did root for the entire film. Also, another flaw of this movie is that this movie should have been rated R. Like, honestly, who doesn't want to see some blood and gore? Like, honestly, like, this people just want to make it PG-13 because I think a lot of audiences wouldn't like blood and gore because of the action scenes. No, we want to see some blood. We want to see that huge shark chew a guy's head off or something like that. It would have been cheesy, but they'll know what it is, you know what I mean? But guys, overall, The Meg is a fun, cheesy, good time. You know, you can just go out on this movie if you're bored and you just want to turn your brain off and just have a good time seeing just the Megalodon just kill a lot of people. This movie knows what it is. It's not trying to take itself seriously. Wait, honestly, there are some parts they do, but it's not like the thing that really pisses me off about the film. But for the most part, this movie is a cheesy, fun, good time. If you wanted to see a movie about a giant shark killing people, just go watch it and you will have a good time with it. There are some enjoyable parts of the film, there are some cheesy parts of the film, but the film overall, I did have a good time with it. I would buy it just to watch it, and it's a fun movie to watch, and I'm going to give The Meg a B. So guys, let me know down below if you have seen The Meg. Do you like the movie or hate the movie? Just let me know in the comments below, and my next review is going to be Mile 22, Peter Berg's new movie, and Mark Wahlberg's new movie, another collaboration with them. Pretty excited to review that movie. So guys, make sure you follow me on Stardust on Facebook, keep in contact with me, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And Jason Statham, take it away.
Have a nice day.